getting right into it, I'm going to tell you how to build a Bleed Mage. This is going to be the optimal setup with the Astralium, with gear, and best in slot. First, I don't want to take too much time on this because I've done many videos on Bleed. What is Bleed? Bleed is a damage over time effect given to you by the Chaos Bands. How does Bleed work? Bleed works by the skill that's being used, so either multi-missile, magic missile, hooking missile, whatever, and it takes the base damage of that skill, and the multiplicative that is being put into it is also the amount of damage you get from intellect and from magical damage. But the most damage you're going to get from it is by increasing your skill points. So with multi-missile, as you increase your skill points, the damage is going to be higher. So increasing magic missile and increasing magic orbit is going to give multi-missile a higher percentage of damage. So intellect is important, magical damage is important, but the most important is the ability points. I'm gonna go ahead and put in magic missile and just show you if I can pull them. Come here. Okay, as you can see, those are the bleeds. See, it's on its base damage, so he's bleeding for that billion. Each bleed that is applied ticks for the initial amount plus 9. Okay, so you're getting 9 ticks per bleed after the initial hit. So that's a good amount of damage. That's how Bleed works. Now, what is the optimal setup and abilities? Obviously multi-missile, obviously magic missile, and obviously magic orbit. You want to increase those to the max. These affect multi-missile, so multi-missile is going to be your main attack. So you can tell that multi-missile just bleeds them down. You see the damage being done. Okay. Now, what would the Astralium look like? The Astralium, you're going to focus on intellect. So on the first tier, you want to increase your intellect. On the second tier, if you're not going for magic find or anything like that, I think you want to go for crit. I'm not entirely sure where it is. Where did it go? It's probably around here. Oh, somewhere. Okay, increase critical damage. Or if you're using a wand. No. Okay, yeah. If you're not worried about magical find, you want to increase critical damage. That would be the second wheel. Third wheel, you want to increase all skills, single target, all the way up to by 5. This is going to give you 5 points in magic missile and in orbit and in multi-missile. So you get the multiplicatives from the magic missile and magic orbit going into the multi-missile. This increased magical damage, if you're using a wand, you want to do this, but eventually you want to do the magical damage with a sword once you get the Astral Sword, because I guess the devs wanted us to use the Astral Sword. You get 50% more damage from the sword magical damage than you do from the wand. I don't know. So the damage is insane with the sword. Moving up, same goes for increase all skills range by 3. You want to actually, I have it for wand because I've been using a wand, but you want to actually get it for the sword when you get the Astral Sword, because instead of 3 it increases by 9. So that is increasing multi-missile by 9, magic missile by 9, magic orbit by 9. Crazy. That's with the sword. So that's what you want to go with. And then on the last tier, you want to increase intellect. Do not increase magical damage right here like I did when I first started, because you get way more DPS doing that. Alright, so what does best in slot look like? Best in slot. So your helm would be a Dahiha's helm infused with a demon bone. I'm saying demon bone because instead of dragon bone, because I want to make this a informational video and I don't want to fuck around. So yes, demon bone. I know I'm not supposed to say demon bone, I'm supposed to say dragon bone, but yeah, you want to infuse it with a demon bone. Basically everything is going to be infused with a demon bone because the amount of mage points you get and the amount of intellect and magical damage that you get is really, really good. Best in slot here is, as I've said before, would be the Astral Sword. Now, looking at base stats, it would seem that a demon bone plus a demon bone would be better than an Astral Sword plus a demon bone. But because of the Astralium, you get so many more points and so much more damage to a sword that infusing a demon bone into a Astral Sword, it just ups it by way more than a demon bone could ever do. So best in slot right here for a Bleed Mage would be Astral Sword plus a demon bone. For your 2 rings, it will be a Chaos Band plus a demon bone. For your neck, your amulet, it's going to be a Chaos Star plus a demon bone. Why Chaos Star? Some people say, no, that's not that great. Don't do the Chaos. Well, you get the +1 to abilities when you have the other Chaos. So it already gives you +2. Plus you put a demon bone in it, you get 3 more. Plus with the set bonus, you get an additional 1. And remember, with a Bleed Mage, ability is king. That's what you want in your repertoire. So moving on to shield, it will be an Astral Shield infused with a demon bone. And moving on to your armor, it will be a Will of the Light King infused with a demon bone. Why do I have some of this other stuff? I don't know how many times I've talked about my arcane defense. I was able to double enchant it because of 2.0, blah blah blah. I can't find anything better until I get another demon bone and a Will of the Light King and an enchant. So yeah, all your enchants, they're going to be obviously the plus abilities. I haven't found another demon bone to put on my helm, so that's why I have 2 Dahiyas. And Leander's Finger, why I have this, and because I couldn't find a demon bone, and I went ahead and put a Zandia on it for magic find, because this was pretty much going to be a farming build for right now until I found an Astral Sword. So the second best weapon to actually have would be either a demon bone plus demon bone, or a demon bone plus Leander's Finger. It's a good weapon. It is a really good weapon. It's great for farming because of the proc. The proc is wonderful, and you get a lot of magical damage and a lot of intellect from it. So that is how you build a Bleed Mage. That is going to be best in slot. That is going to give you the most damage from your bleeds. Now, I want to go through here a little bit and show you what Bleed Mages can do as far as wiping out R20. They are extremely powerful. and they work a lot better when there's a big crowd around. You can see those bleeds just wiping things out. People have talked about crit mages, infusing with Dragon Slayer, everything like that. I don't believe that is the best build. I just simply don't. With a completely geared out and maxed out Bleed Mage, you will be able to do far more damage and melt monsters just like crazy. I was able to kill Crawl with a Bleed Mage at only 97 million, yes, 97 million DPS. That's all I had, and I was able to beat Crawl because I had bleeds. People have also asked, now I do want to cover this, well, what about putting Dane's Leaf onto your other stuff to give extra bleeds? It seems good in principle, but the Dane's Leaf bleed is not like the Chaos Band bleed in that it doesn't do nearly as much damage, so you're losing a lot of skills and stats whenever you put Dane's Leaf onto your stuff instead of Demon Bone. And the bleeds just don't, bleeds from Dane's Leaf just don't compare to the damage you can get from plus abilities and the other skills that you get from infusing Demon Bone. So this is the basic rundown of a Bleed Mage and how you build it, and actually why, in my opinion, it is the best type of mage. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments, let me know, and I will try to answer them, maybe cover it at a later time. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great day.